Hi, I'm Sarah with Custom Pilates and Yoga, and today I wanted to talk to you about something really important to me. Stranger Things. So Stranger Things did not release a new season in 2018, and I've been waiting very patiently for the new season. And now I feel like it's to the point where we should have a new season. Wouldn't that be a great Valentine's Day present? It seems like it would, but I haven't heard a peep about getting Stranger Things for Valentine's Day. But this got me started thinking. And so I decided, in order to show love, sort of as a Valentine's Day present for everybody working on Stranger Things, I created a yoga sequence inspired by the characters of Stranger Things. I hope you guys will enjoy it. So feel free, put on your favorite 80s music, grab a pair of leggings, and let's do some yoga. So, the first pose that we will begin in is Sukhasana. Take a seat, and it's a comfortable seat here on the floor. Your legs are going to be crossed. Feel your sits bones root down beneath you. And we're going to dedicate this pose to Steve. Steve, my favorite character. This is a great pose for grounding, getting yourself centered, and preparing for whatever life may throw your way. So take a moment, root down, shut down your eyes. Take some nice, deep, cleansing breaths, preparing yourself for whatever may come at you in this yoga sequence. Send energy down through the sits bones. Feel it travel up through your spine. Raise your shoulders up toward your ears and loop your shoulder blades onto your back. Feel your head lift toward the ceiling. Bring your hands up to heart center. Feel your palms gently meet. And bow your head to your hands. And now let's go ahead, let's make our way up to standing. Also, I have a yoga block nearby. You may or may not want one. Go ahead, grab one if you'd like. And standing up nice and tall. Bring your heels right under your sits bones, or if you want, you can bring your feet all the way together. I'm going to keep a little bit of space. Lift your toes to feel the four corners of your feet press evenly into the mat. You should feel a point under your big toe, under your little toe, and the inside and outside of your heel. This is called Tadasana. It's mountain pose, and this pose is dedicated to 11. So send energy down through your feet, lift up nice and tall, broaden your collarbones, and then reach out through your fingertips. So you're sending energy toward the ceiling and toward the floor, and hopefully not any blood out of your nose. Good. Inhale your arms up. Get a good reach. Exhale, forward fold. Good. And we're going to step the right foot back. So you're in a nice big lunge here. Spin that right foot down so you're lined up, either heel to heel or heel to arch for warrior two. Belly button to the spine to bring you up. Let's go hands to the hips first. Check that your hips are square. Check that your ribs are square. Roll the shoulder blades onto the back. Reach the arms out by the side. Look out over your left fingertips. Now take a look down at your left knee. If it's toward the inside, stick your bottom out. Tuck that hip under, and then resend energy straight out the front of the knee. You want that knee tracing over the second and third toes. Super straight back leg. So we're here in warrior two, and I'd like to dedicate this pose to Mike. Because whether he is searching for 11 or trying to keep Will in this universe, he is out there fighting. So Mike is our big warrior. Nice and tall. Hug the belly button to the spine. Feel the ribs lift away from the hips. Now we're going to move into Parsvakonasana, which is side angle pose. So bend your left arm. That forearm is going to come high up on your thigh as your right arm sweeps right by your ear. And even though we're bent to the side here, we are not collapsing. So you want to feel like you're lifting your ribs away from your thigh. Slide that right shoulder down. Get yourself set up. And this pose will be dedicated to Nancy. Mostly because the pose that comes after it, I've dedicated to Jonathan. And I imagine in my head, this is Nancy and she's reaching for Jonathan and she's like, no, I love you more. And then we come on up. That right arm drops, the left arm lifts, look to the inside. Lift the ribs up and over, and this is Jonathan and he's reaching for Nancy and he says, no, I love you more. And come on up and over into Nancy pose. And she says, no, I love you more. And up and reverse it. And he says, no, I love you more. I took crazy pictures of you when you didn't even know. And come onto center. Straighten the left leg and rotate the left foot to face in. So now we've got the left foot and the right foot lined up in the same line. The toes are a little bit pigeon-toed. Micro bend in the back of the knees. Let's bring the hands to the hips. And we're going to hinge forward from the waist and the hands lower down. Take a moment here. Get a good stretch. This is Prasarita Padottanasana, which is wide leg forward fold, standing wide leg forward fold. And this is dedicated to Billy, because it's kind of fun to look at, but also it can cause you pain. So in this position, you want to make sure, really actively push the floor away. Feel your tailbone spread. And remember, to get your head closer to the ground, your pelvis has to rotate up toward the ceiling. Good. And straighten the arms. Let the blood come back to your head. Belly button to the spine. Hands back up to the hips. And come back up. Now we have to do the other side. So rotate that right foot out. Make sure you are lined up either heel to heel or heel to arch. Hips face forward, ribs face forward. Roll the shoulder blades onto the back. Arms reach out. Look over, and we're back into our warrior two, which we shall call Mike pose, because Mike is our warrior. Reach that right knee toward the second and third toes. Remember, if it's drifting in, stick your bottom out, tuck it under, and then send energy back through that front knee. Super straight left leg. Energy down through the feet. Press the floor away. Feel the ribs lift away from the hips, and we're going into side angle pose, our Nancy. So the ribs lift, right forearm comes high on your thigh, left arm sweeps right by your ear, and that shoulder slides down out of your ear. And she's reaching for Jonathan, and she says, oh, I love you. And come on up and reverse. And he says, not as much as I do. And lift back up. And come on over. And as a viewer, I say, go back to Steve. He's awesome. And he didn't do weird, creepy stalker things. And lift on up. And into reverse warrior. But then that leaves Jonathan without a romantic gal. And that makes me sad too. Hope you find somebody. And I hope it's not Nancy. Come on up. Good. And straighten the front leg. Okay, now rotate, but we're not going to do our Prasarita Padottanasana. We're going to windmill the arms around the front leg and unwind here. So plant your hands and step back to downward facing dog. So nice strong arms, pressing the floor away. Feet can be hip width apart here for a minute. Belly button to the spine. Put a bend in the knees, flick the hips. And then let's pedal the feet just for a minute to stretch out the backs of the legs. Now we're going to move into a three-legged dog, sort of ab work here, and this is dedicated to Joyce. Put a bend in the knees, flick the hips, lengthen, good, and step the feet side by side. Broaden your collarbones, belly button to the spine. So this is a conversation that I imagine someone having with Joyce. Right leg will be season 1, left leg will be season 2. So let's reach the right leg up for the wall behind us, and the person says, "Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that your son's missing." And we're gonna come forward, knee to elbow, and Joyce says, "Nah, it's okay, I'm sure he's still alive." And reach on back for the wall. "Well, I mean, they just found his body." And hinge forward. "No, I know he's still alive." Reach on back. "Well, where is he then?" "Oh, he's in my wall. I'm gonna go home and talk to him with Christmas lights." And reach on back. "Yep, good luck with that." And lower the leg. And now time for the left leg. Here is the season 2 conversation that I imagine. "Hey, so Will seems kind of a little strange these days." And exhale, come forward. "Oh, well, you know, he was trapped in a parallel universe by something that was trying to kill him." Reach on back. "Yeah, but still." And come forward. "I'm sure he's just adjusting to me having a boyfriend." Reach back. "Yeah, I'm sure that's it. Hey, that Jim Hopper sure is something." "Yeah, he and I share some high school memories." "Yeah, I bet you do." And lower the leg. And go ahead, lower your knees, come on down. And part of the reason why I dedicated that pose to Joyce is it's a core builder, and if there's anybody who is strong in this TV show, it is Joyce. All right, so moving on to our next pose. Go ahead and grab your block. We're going to come onto our hands and knees. Keep this block nearby. Bring your right leg forward. Left leg deeply scissors. And then your right leg's gonna slide back. You should have a good amount of space between your feet here. And you wanna make sure that the muscle of your thigh and your calf for your right leg is rotated through. Now we're going to take a seat back onto a block if you have it, or just onto the floor if you'd prefer, for Gomukhasana. Now this is called cow-faced pose. I never really thought it looked like a cow. However, we're gonna root down through the block, belly button to the spine, hinge forward, and come out on fingertips. And this pose is dedicated to that way freaky, nasty spider in season 2. Hold and breathe, send energy down through the sits bones, soften in the front of your hips, and be a spider. And hinge forward to come out, or do whatever you'd like to unwind. And we'll do the other side. Left leg comes forward, deeply scissor the inner thighs, slide the right leg back, and sit back to take a seat. Nice and tall. To start off with, belly button to the spine. Feel yourself root down through the floor or through that yoga block. Hinge forward, high on fingertips. So we're not going all the way forward, we're not collapsing, we're just kind of going part way. So we're at about a 45-degree angle here to be our best spidery self. And hinge forward to come on out. Set your block to the side and take a seat. Next up, we're going to do Baddha Konasana. So the soles of the feet come together. You're nice and tall. Make sure you can really feel your sits bones press down beneath you. And with this connection here between the feet, you're going to send energy into the feet, and this will help you relax in your hips and soften. Lift nice and tall and hinge forward. And this pose is dedicated to Dustin. And I like to think of him protecting his little demi-dog. So fold on over, relax your spine, protect your demi-dog. And come on up. Okay, next pose, we're going to come onto our stomachs. It's going to be Locust pose. Legs are going to be hip-width apart, and the tops of the feet press down into the mat. Your arms come by your sides and lower forward. Let the shoulder blades rest on the back. Lift the low belly to the spine. Inhale your heart forward to lift up. And this pose is dedicated to Lucas, kind of because Lucas sounds like Locust, but also because yoga doesn't have a kissing pose. Inhale and exhale, lower. Little break, you can turn your head to the side if you want. All right, round two. Energetic reach, send energy down through the tops of the feet. Roll the shoulder blades onto the back, belly button to the spine. Inhale the heart forward and hold and breathe. And lower on down. Good, bring your hands under your shoulders and we're gonna come on up. We're gonna make our way onto our backs for Setu Bandhasana, which is also known as bridge pose. Arms are by your sides, your heels are in line with your sits bones. Bend your elbows so that your fingers point up toward the ceiling like a field goal sign, and rock side to side to get your shoulder blades pretty squarely on your back and down away from your ears. Now when you do this, you'll notice that your spine arches up away from the mat, and that's good. That's what we're going for. Now feel yourself send energy down through the soles of your feet, down through the backs of your arms. Inhale here. Exhale, lift the hips. And we're working on opening the chest. So if you feel like you can slide your shoulder blades down a little bit more, go ahead and do that. Also reach energy out through your knees to help your hips lift. Hold and breathe. And this pose, which is also called bridge pose, is dedicated to Will because he is the bridge between two parallel universes. Inhale here, raise up onto your toes. Exhale, lower your hips straight down. Keep the curve in your back, and then lower your heels. Inhale. Exhale, lift up. Inhale. Exhale. Hold and breathe. Remember, energy out through the knees, energy in the backs of the arms. And if you want, you can straighten the arms and press your palms into the mat too. Raise up onto the toes, lower down. Good, lower the heels, release your spine. Now, the next pose that we're going to do is fish pose. And if you're on a yoga mat, you do not want to be on that yoga mat because you will stick to it and you will not move. So, scoot off to the side and go ahead, lower on down. I think I'm gonna scoot my mat a little further away. There we go. Okay. So come down onto your back, reach your legs out, hip width apart, heels press down into the floor. Rock side to side, and you're gonna place your hands right under your tailbone here. You're gonna connect your pointer fingers and your thumbs, and this kind of makes a triangle that your sacrum or tailbone can fit in. Now, I want you to find that stretch that we just created in bridge pose, and so you're gonna press a little bit with your hands, but you're gonna lift mostly from your heart to come on up, and then lower down with the top of your head on the floor. Energy out through the feet, hold here. And fish pose is dedicated to Bob because this is kind of what he looked like when the demi-dogs were eating him. Sorry, Bob, I miss you already. Inhale here, tuck your chin, exhale, lengthen, lower on down. We're going to do one more of those just to properly honor Bob. Take a moment, nice long spine, belly button reaches toward the spine. Inhale here and lift the heart and lower down onto the top of your head. Hold and breathe. And lift your head, tuck your chin, lengthen, lower on down. Good deal. Bend your knees and release your hands and make your way back to your mat. Now, this next pose is half Lord of the Fishes, and I'm dedicating it to Jim Hopper. Not because it means anything, but because we have to have a twist in this yoga sequence, and Hopper's a great guy, so he deserves his own pose. Go ahead, send your legs straight out, lift nice and tall, scoot any tissue out of the way, feel your sits bones connect. Let's go ahead, let's bend the right leg and hop it over. And then bend hop it. I heard that, maybe there was a reason. Go ahead, bend the left leg, bring it up by your hip. Plant firmly through your right foot. Belly button to the spine, nice and tall. Lift your left arm, inhale here. Exhale, rotate in toward the leg, connect the elbow to the thigh, and come high on fingertips with the right hand. Look out over your right shoulder, hold and breathe. And rotate back to center, release, and we will switch sides. Let your legs unwind. Nice and tall. Bend the left leg, hop it over. You see what I did there? Bend the right leg and bring it up right beside it. Now find a good connection through the sole of the left foot. Lifted nice and tall. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, rotate into the twist, connect the elbow to the thigh, look out over your left shoulder. Reach nice and tall through the top of your head as you hug your abdominals toward your spine and rotate. And come back to center. Let your legs unwind. Now, as all yogis know, no good yoga sequence goes without Savasana. So, come down onto your back. Reach your legs toward the corners of your mat. From your shoulders, rotate open. Palms face the ceiling. And then relax any muscular energy. Now, unfortunately, this pose is dedicated to Barb. Barb, I miss you too. You were a good friend to Nancy. Let's all shut down our eyes and release any muscular energy and melt into the floor for our Savasana. Begin to bring movement back to your fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Reach your arms overhead, get any final stretches you may need, and bend your knees. Roll onto your right side, and then make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands up to heart center. I hope you all have enjoyed this Stranger Things inspired yoga flow. I hope that this has been a lot of fun for people who love Stranger Things and people who love yoga. Namaste. And make sure if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this with any other friends you have who love Stranger Things.